Hi everybody, welcome here. Paul Cowhig is my name and I'm here with my friend Tom Hammel. So I met Tom a couple of years ago originally through his involvement with the Langley Heritage Society and the CN station in Fort Langley. I was involved with Creative Compass and we collaborated on an amazing little 15-minute performance piece that we did to celebrate CN's 100th anniversary with the station in Fort Langley. It was so much fun. So, and music, how did music become a part of your life?
Well, it happened kind of abruptly. My parents were German immigrants, and my dad bought me an accordion, and he gave it to me. He said, "Tom, you will learn this, and you will learn to like it." And I did. I just enjoyed playing it right away. I didn't have any problem practicing it. For me, it was something about music that attracted me.
Did you take lessons or just learn?
Yeah, I took lessons weekly from the time I was 10 years old till the time I was 15.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And then when did you start playing guitar?
When I was about, 17, 18, late high school. I had a friend that played guitar, and he was in bands, and he was a real mentor of mine, and I admired him, and he taught me a few things, and I started playing guitar after that point.
Excellent. Now, did you, like in those days, were you mostly playing by yourself, or were you joining your buddies and doing bands?
Well, I got together initially with just a couple of guys, sometimes by myself. I practiced. I learned guitar by just taking out songbooks from the library before YouTube, and learning the chords and learning the songs that I already knew to get the melody and be able to sing along with them.
Right.
I did play with some people in a sort of a group setting with drums and bass, and to me that was really exciting.
Cool. What instruments do you play?
Well, other than accordion, I play guitar, electric guitar. I've played bass in the band, and my current main instrument these days is the pedal steel guitar.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So what was your day job? I mean, we got a big gap from 17, 18 to today.
Yeah, I worked for the city of Vancouver as an engineer and manager there for a number of years, and so I did have a day job. I didn't do music as a career, but I kept it going throughout my career at the city, and it's been a major part of my life.
Excellent, cool. I know you play in a band because I have a CD in my car. Is that a regular gig, or is that just one of the many things that you do?
Yeah, that's the sort of the main band I'm involved with right now is my alt-country band Derby Town, and we were performing a lot before COVID, and I really miss that now. With COVID, we're just not able to play, and so we're really looking forward to getting back into it soon. We're recording some more songs and playing.
How was the recording process for the CD?
It was good. It was all done by myself. I learned over a period of time in terms of other projects I was involved with how to do recording, how to mix and master music, and so we self-produced the album that we did.
So is that the engineering side of you coming through, or?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, I have a very technical, analytical side of me that really enjoys the nuts and bolts and the.
Well, they say math and music are really close.
Oh yeah, I think that's true for sure. Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
I'm terrible with math. Maybe that's why I can't keep a beat. Shoot. How did COVID-19? How did that impact your journey?
Yeah, well, as I mentioned, it prevented me from playing with other people. So what I did was I focused more on the recording side. I actually released an album of Western swing and jazz music that I did, mostly instrumental music on my pedal steel. And I did that by collaborating with others who recorded their parts at home, and then I mixed it at home. So I focused a lot on recording, just little recordings of myself as well, and I picked up the mandolin to learn how to play the mandolin. That was
very cool.
Something new for me.
Yeah. Now you just did that recently, didn't you?
Yeah, about 2 or 3 months ago I purchased a mandolin and started learning how to play that.
Right.
And really enjoying that.
Oh, that's very cool. Neat instrument.
Yeah, it is.
Different.
Yeah, it's a very different instrument, different tuning.
Yeah. Did you ever get any good advice about playing music or developing your musical career? Or?
Yeah, I think being encouraged to play with other people was a big thing, because doing it on your own is one thing, but if you're playing with other people, you really have to figure out how to work together, how to communicate with each other musically.
Right.
And when it happens and it's done right, it's a magical thing. It's really beautiful.
Right.
It's I would recommend anyone that's learning or playing to play with other people.
Was that hard for you? I'm terrified of playing. Like, I'm a rank amateur. I'm easing this. Actually, this whole thing is kind of moving me closer and closer towards trying to do something. But I'm terrified of playing with other people. Partly because I have a hard time keeping the rhythm and et cetera. But just get over it.
Yeah, I mean, the terrifying part, for me, it comes more in playing in front of other people, performing in front of others. But when you're with musicians are very supportive in general as a group. And, you'll find that others are very supportive and will be very helpful to you in terms of whatever.
Right. Yeah, I do need to just get over it, don't I?
Yeah, I think so, Paul. You need to do an open mic. You need to.
Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm terrified. So if you had some advice to give to newbies now, people who are maybe a little bit earlier on in their trajectory than you, what would you tell them?
I think what you should try to do is try to really open your mind in terms of the types of music you're playing, maybe other instruments, playing with people, playing by yourself. But focus on one thing at a time and dive into it really deeply, so that you become really familiar with a certain style or a certain, say, musician, his playing that you really admire, and really get into it. I mean, there's so much on YouTube and online that you can learn from, and just by listening and learning how to play. I think learning a bit of theory is also good. Like, I don't think you have to learn how to read music unless you're deep into recording, but knowing some basic major scales and how the notes in the scales form chords in a certain key, and how patterns form with chords so that you can recognize them when you hear them in songs.
Because there is a logic to it, isn't there?
Yeah. So, nerd out. Solve chord theory. Tell no one. I'm just kidding. If you solve chord theory, let me know.
Okay. Well, I sort of hear what you're saying, and I was thinking, like, I'm a big Bob Dylan fan, and among others, and I've read a lot about him, and I know everybody, like, I think especially at the time, they loved to tease him how he was like a wannabe Woody Guthrie. It was like he became Woody Guthrie. He just immersed himself in it. And then his own personality and his own creativity grew out of that soil. And but it kind of got him off the ground. And so, yeah, I like that.
Yeah, you have to start by copying or imitating others, I think. And that's what I did. In fact, I did it to a fault, because when I played songs in a band, I would learn each solo exactly the way the solo was. And then another piece of good advice I got from a guy I played with was, Tom, you should try doing your own little solo and improvising a little bit. And at first that was a little scary, but I kind of figured out how to do that, and I'm glad I did, because you can take that knowledge and then apply it to expressing yourself in your own way, as Bob Dylan did.
Do you play a lot of covers? Do you play your own music as well? Well, I know you do, because there's some on your CD that I listen to.
Yeah, we play a mix. Well, in my band, we play a mix of covers and originals, and really enjoying doing the original music in that style of old country that we play. And it's songwriting is another thing that takes a while to develop. And it really, it's a struggle at first. But
well, it's like most things, you need to do it to get good at it, right?
Exactly.
10,000 hours or whatever that expression is. Oh, excellent. Cool. Well, we're looking forward to hearing it. Thanks so much for being here with us today, and away we go.
Thanks for having me on Creative Compass, Paul.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Thanks.